Hello everyone and welcome to this lesson on asking for and giving directions. In today's lesson, we're going to cover some vocabulary and some common phrases that we can use to ask for directions and to also give directions. Let's get started. First of all, some vocabulary. Left, also the opposite of right, is a direction, the left direction. Right, the opposite of left, this goes in the right direction. Straight ahead, in a continuous line or without turning. You keep following the road. Opposite, across from or facing something. These two arrows are opposite from each other. Near, in close proximity to. So if something is near, it means that it is close. It's not far away. Far, at a distance from the current location. So something that is quite a bit of a distance away, maybe a 20 minutes walk or a 20 minutes drive, that would be far away. Intersection, where two or more roads meet. So I'm sure you've seen roads where you have one road crossing over another road. This little area where they meet is called the intersection. Landmark, a distinctive feature or location used as a reference point. So if you're not too familiar with an area, but you do know the main things, like maybe in New York, you could talk about the Statue of Liberty. That would be a very big landmark. Everyone knows about it. Map, a visual representation of an area. Follow, to go in the same direction as someone or something. Sometimes you may need to follow someone and so that they can just show you where the place is. Take a moment to practice pronouncing and using these directional terms. Imagine different scenarios where you might use them in everyday life. Pause the video and practice them a bit, or go back and repeat after me when I say them. All right. Asking for directions is a common scenario in daily life, especially when you're in an unfamiliar place. It's a skill that can be both practical and socially valuable. Here are some polite phrases for asking directions. Excuse me, can you help me? I'm looking for, and then you can tell them what you're looking for. Pardon me, but I'm a bit lost. Could you tell me how to get to? Sorry to bother you, but I need to find whichever place you're trying to find. Could you please direct me to? I'm trying to locate something. Can you assist me? And let's also look at some common mistakes that we should avoid. Where is it? This question is too vague and may come across as rude. It lacks the necessary context to help the person you're asking. If you just walk up to someone and just say, where is it? They have no idea what it is. They don't know what you are looking for. So you need to be a bit more specific. Tell me how to get there. This statement can sound demanding. You're not really asking, you're kind of just telling them they must tell you. It's essential to use polite phrases when asking for directions. I'm lost. Help. Now, while this conveys urgency, the statement lacks specificity and politeness. If you're lost and you're stuck somewhere and you need some help, yes, you can say, I'm lost, help, but rather say, I'm lost, please help me, I need to find, and then tell them the place that you're trying to find. Maintain a polite and friendly tone when asking for directions. Take note of how you are saying your words. Try and be as polite as possible when you do this. If possible, mention a specific location or landmark you're looking for. Be open to engaging in a brief conversation with the person you're asking. They might provide additional helpful information or tips. So let's do some practice exercises. Number 1. Imagine you're in a foreign city and you need to ask for directions to a famous museum. Practice using one of the polite phrases provided to ask a friend or partner for directions. Exercise 2. Create a scenario where you're lost in a park and need to find a specific picnic area. Use a polite phrase to ask for directions and role-play the conversation with a partner. Exercise 3. Practice a polite approach by asking a classmate or a colleague for directions to a nearby coffee shop. Use one of the provided phrases and maintain a friendly tone. Pause the video and do these practice exercises now. Giving directions. Basics. Now that you've learned how to ask for directions, let's explore the other side of the conversation, giving directions. Providing clear and accurate guidance is just as crucial. Start with a reference point. Begin by identifying a known landmark or location nearby. Use cardinal directions. Use terms like north, south, east, and west to provide a sense of orientation. Include distances. Give approximate distances or mention how many blocks to walk. Use simple language. Keep your instructions clear and straightforward. Repeat and clarify. Always ask if the person needs any part of the directions repeated or clarified. Let's go through some examples. You're at the main entrance of the park. Walk east for 2 blocks and you'll reach the playground on your right. It's a short walk from there. This example provides clear directions, including a reference point, cardinal direction, east, the distance, 2 blocks, and a reassurance about the distance. Start at the subway station. Head south on Oak Street. After walking for about 5 minutes, you'll see the museum on the left. This example offers specific guidance, including the starting point, which is the subway station, the cardinal direction, which is south, the estimated walking time, and a clear landmark, the museum. You're at the intersection of Elm and Pine Streets. Take a right onto Pine Street and continue walking for 3 blocks. You'll find the cafe on your left. Now, this example uses the intersection as a reference point and provides a clear turn right into Pine Street or right onto Pine Street. It mentions the number of blocks that they need to walk, and then it specifies the location of the cafe. Now, here are some common mistakes to avoid. Go straight and you'll find it. This direction is too vague and it lacks specifics, making it challenging for the person receiving the directions. How long must I go straight for? What landmarks can I use to know that I'm nearby? It doesn't help when you just say, go straight and you'll find it. Turn left at the big building. While it mentions a landmark, it doesn't provide enough information, and what qualifies as a big building can vary from person to person. This is a very subjective term, big building. Just follow the road, you can't miss it. This statement is overly casual and doesn't offer any concrete guidance, leaving room for confusion. All right, let's do a practice exercise. You are guiding a friend to a nearby park from your current location, which is at your house. Your friend is unfamiliar with the area. Provide clear and concise directions using cardinal directions, distances, and landmarks. So start by identifying a known landmark near your house. Use cardinal directions, north, south, east, or west, to guide your friend. Mention the approximate distance your friend needs to travel, and be sure to offer clarity in your instructions. Do this now. So I'm going to give you some example directions. You're at my house. Walk east on Elm Street for 2 blocks, and you'll reach the park entrance on your left. Practice. Share your directions with a partner, fellow learner, or write them down to ensure that they are clear and effective. Prepositions and directions. Prepositions are essential in giving precise directions and describing locations. They help us understand the relationship between objects and places. Let's explore how prepositions work in the context of directions. On. This indicates being on a surface or street. Under suggests a location below something. Between Describes a position in the middle of 2 points. Next to means being in close proximity to something. Across from indicates being opposite to a location. The cafe is on Main Street. The park is between the library and the school. Create your own sentences using the prepositions listed. Describe locations, directions, or positions using these prepositions. Do this now. When you're giving or receiving directions, effectively describing locations is crucial for accurate navigation. Let's delve into how to describe locations with clarity. Relative position. Use words like next to, across from, between, and opposite to describe where something is in relation to another location. So we use like a landmark, and then we say how the location is related to that landmark. It is between the river and the park. Cardinal directions. Incorporate cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west, when relevant to provide orientation. Landmarks. Mention nearby landmarks or recognizable features to assist in location identification. We use these landmarks to let the person know that they are in the right place. Distance. Specify distances or walking times when giving directions in unfamiliar areas. Buildings and structures. Describe buildings, structures, or establishments that help pinpoint the location. There's no point in just saying, by the big building. You have to say, it's the big white building with the red doors. Then it's very specific. They know that they've seen that building. For example, the post office is next to the bank on the east side of Elm Street, just 2 blocks south of the library. Now, I want you to create your own sentences describing locations using the key aspects listed. Practice detailing where a specific place is located relative to other landmarks. In the world of directions, misunderstandings can occur. It's essential to know how to ask for clarification if you're unsure about the instructions you've received. Polite phrases for asking for clarification. Could you please repeat that? I'm not quite sure. Could you explain it again? Excuse me, but I didn't catch that. Could you clarify, please? I'm a bit confused. Could you go over it one more time? Maintain a polite and respectful tone when seeking clarification. Be specific about what part of the directions you didn't understand, and don't hesitate to ask follow-up questions if needed. Here's an example dialogue. Walk south on Elm Street. I'm not quite sure. Could you explain it again? Certainly. Head in the direction the sun rises in the morning. Pair up with a fellow learner or a partner. One person provides directions and the other practices asking for clarification using one of the polite phrases. You can do this with a friend or a family member, or if you have a partner who is learning with you, that would be best. Pair up with him now and practice this. In the world of directions, various challenges can arise, leading to misunderstandings or confusion. Let's explore some common challenges and their solutions. Language barriers. This is the most common challenge of all. When people speak different languages or have limited language proficiency. Ambiguous landmarks. When landmarks mentioned are not easily identifiable. This would come back to the big building question or the big building statement. What you think is a big building and what they think is a big building could be two different things. Complex intersections. Navigating through complex road or street intersections. This doesn't happen too often, but if you're in a big area and there are, say, 6 or 7 different roads that intersect in one place and it's not really a clear-cut, straight, right, left, this could be a challenge. Changing conditions. Locations can change over time, affecting the accuracy of directions. So here are some solutions. Use simple language. Speak slowly and use simple words to bridge language barriers. Provide alternative landmarks. Offer more than one landmark for clarity. Visual aids. Use maps, GPS, or visual aids when dealing with complex intersections. Verify directions. Confirm the accuracy of directions if you're unsure about changing conditions. Now, I want you to discuss with a partner or in a group how you would tackle one of these challenges and share potential solutions. Learning to ask for and give directions is not just a theoretical exercise. It has real-life applications that can enhance your daily experiences and interactions. Let's look at some everyday scenarios. Traveling. Navigate confidently while exploring new destinations. City life. Find your way around your city, discover new places, and attend events. Helping others. Assist tourists or newcomers in your area by providing accurate directions. Safety. Use your navigation skills to stay safe, especially when in unfamiliar locations. Building connections. Directions can be an icebreaker for conversations and a way to connect with people. Over the next week, actively practice your direction giving and asking skills in real-life scenarios. Whether it's guiding a friend, helping a tourist, or confidently exploring a new neighborhood. Apply what you've learned in this course to make a positive impact on your daily life. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.